This parking lot is located on State Route 64 outside of Swanton. You can park your car here. Go across the intersection where it says Waterville-Swanton Wabash Cannonball Trail North Fork. You might want to be careful going across this road. It's obviously busy. Well, good morning all. Today we're going to go at this a little differently. If I were in your place, I would be cheering about this because I have decided that today I'm going to do more walking and less talking. So let's get started. Horse trail, yellow trail. I don't think it gets any plainer than that. So far, that's where we come from. And that's another day. Hear that? Neither do I. Hell no. All right. All right, just an FYI thing here. We started at mile marker 0, and we just passed mile 3. I don't know if you can see it, but that's why the crows are upset. You bet a hovering sharp-shinned hawk. Looks like another controlled burn took place here. I will make one more statement before we get too far into this, that on this particular section of the trail, we are more likely to run into a lot more foot traffic. And I believe that's simply because, number one, it is a nice day. And number two, I believe this is one of the shorter sections of the entire trail. Ooh. Yeah, this right here is all part of Evergreen Lake. Let's go over and take a peek. Alright, if you've been riding the trails for a while, you stop and have a picnic. You got some primitive facilities here and have a rather nice view of Evergreen Lake. I tell you what, I thought we'd meet some people, and we certainly have, and it hasn't been an unfriendly one yet. This is a decent enough path, but as with all trails, almost anywhere that are not paved or stoned or graded flat, please be careful and watch your step. There are many roots in this area, and it would be so easy to catch your toe on one and fall straight flat on your face. Right there's a good example of what I'm talking about. And it's just waiting to grab somebody's toes. Right now I'm standing at Evergreen Lake. Right now it's not so green, it's more white and gray. Okay, we're looking down from the top of a rise. We're going to have to get out there on the road. That's State Route 295 right there. And what we will be doing is crossing Swan Creek. We got the cleanup crew on the job. But you can now camp in Oak Openings. If you're going to come to Oak Openings and actually walk any of the trails, and that would be to where a pair of well-fitting, comfortable shoes or hiking boots. Anyway, as I was saying, back to the footwear. These are pretty well maintained paths, but it doesn't hurt to have good, comfortable, well-fitting footwear. And it wouldn't hurt if they were, at the very least, water resistant. This is another entrance road that comes off of State Route 295, and it will take you to Mallard Lake and the Buhner Center, which is where the window on wildlife is. There's a little something to note here. This used to be where the Yellow Trail picked up. But several years ago, tornadoes blew through the area, and there was a lot of damage done in this section of Oak Openings. A lot of trees torn up and knocked down and ripped apart. So they've closed this area off, and they've rerouted you this way. But for the time being, we're going to go ahead and pick up on this side of the road. It's going to take us a bit out of our ways. That little bird that you can probably barely see is called a brown creeper. Odd little bird. What it does is when it gets done with this tree, it will fly and land at the base of another tree, and it will creep its way up. When you come out, and it doesn't matter what trail you're walking, if you see one of those, that's research going on. Don't mess with it. You know, I should note, to help you get an idea of just how large Oak Openings is, and how easy it would be to get lost. And that is, Oak Openings is roughly somewhere between 3,400 and 3,500 acres in size. There's a lot of places to go and get lost. If that hole wasn't so close to the ground, I could be convinced that it would be the home of a pileated woodpecker. Well, what have we got over here? All right, Ben. This is when we wish you didn't have to work today, because looky what I found. This is old. Relatively small. It's the remains of a foundation to something, some building. I mean, look. That's almost clay tile foundation. Hollow brick, if you will. Covered by concrete drainage. But it looks like it was a foundation. It may not have been. I don't have a clue. So, if anybody out there is familiar with the back areas of Oak Openings, or even the history, I mean, it's about 15 by 25, maybe 15 by 30. I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting. That's a nice little pine grove right here. Gotta go in. Gotta go in. A lot of young growth here. But over here, we got a little stand of the more mature pines. Scanning the tops for birds, squirrels. I see several nests. They're up there quite a ways. It's barely perceptible, but I'm actually walking on a deer trail right now. And right up between those trees, I can see what's going to end up being private property. This is pretty much a connector to civilization, or the way to civilization, but we're going on. Yeah, we're out here a ways now. Yeah, we're out here a ways. You don't have to worry about it. I know where I am. So just follow me. You'll be fine. This actually looks like an area where they recently had a controlled burn. I see more deer ahead of us. I just saw the flick of a white tail, so they're very much aware of me. We'll see what we can do. There's a pretty good group of them up there. I still see stragglers coming up. It is possible that our paths may cross. Yeah, you see this right here? This is not part of the yellow path. This would be one of those cross-country ski trails. Well, I'm thinking those deer are long gone. Couldn't catch up with them soon enough. We're at the intersection of the bike route and Wilkins Road. Wabash Cannonball Trail, North Fork. That's the intersection. Wilkins Road. Okay. Back to the point I was about to make. When you first come in, you've got a wide path, which is the horse trail, and the yellow trail, the narrow trail. This is the one we're going to follow, right here. This part of the trail will follow Wilkins Road for just a short little while, and then we're going to dive back deeper into the wood. Don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but I did see another small grouping of white-tailed doe just off to my left. This will lead you back to the Buhner Center and civilization. This is the Blue Trail, and right up ahead you can see the Wabash Cannonball North Trail. Alright, we're about to cross the road. Now this is Monclova Road. One thing I would like to see the Park District do is when you have a crossing like that, it would really help out people who want to walk this trail, but they just do that at a whim. I would like to have them see a marker right here at the entrance, right there by the post, telling people what road this is. Not everybody is geographically inclined. They just want to come out, enjoy the day, take a walk. That's just a suggestion. These are some of the lower parts of oak openings. If you're coming right after a rain, you will definitely need boots. By the way, when that is wet, that will be slippery. reach this point, you will be facing south. One thing you've probably noticed though is now that we're way deep, is just how quiet and serene this is. Now if you come out here in late May, early April, you'll get the benefit of the songbirds. And this is starting to really soften up, get muddy. If you have seen this video, and if you have walked the yellow path, and if you have seen this burl on this tree, let me know. What I'm looking at, and if you look closely, it looks to me like a sloth. You let me know if you find it, please. All right, we finally found a stand of pine trees. We're getting ready to turn northwest here. But don't be fooled. We have a cross-country ski path, but there's no markings. You take note. There's no markings. Yep, we are definitely near the 180th Fighter Wing. Kick in the afterburners, of course. And here comes another one, just like the other one. Looks like they're coming home. Well, are you all confused and turned around yet? We're actually pointing north. I just like this big tall stand of mature pines right here. Very, very low land. Very wet. Just a little swing back to where we came from. Some of the surrounding view. As you can hear, we are very close to civilization. Well, this is Route 2. And we're outside of Swanton. Well, if it wasn't harrowing enough to have to walk alongside State Route 2 outside of Swanton, but on top of that, there was a tree trimming crew cutting down old branches, and I had to go right through that. Now, fortunately, the guys were kind enough to let me go through once they realized that I was on the yellow path. When they when they heard that my car was somewhere along Wilkins Road, they stopped what they were doing and said, go right on ahead. So, got a blessing there. Up to now, the walking has been pretty easy. A little windy, yeah, but pretty easy. Well, it's just gotten a little more difficult. Not much. It's just a narrower path, but it's on a slight incline. We have to go up it. It's been up one hill and down the other since we've come off of Route 2. All right, here's the situation. I'm 4.5, 5 miles out from my vehicle, and I'm going to have to step up my pace. I'm hoping to come across the Wabash Cannonball North Trail so that I can link up with that and then walk directly back to my van before dark. So, yeah, we're 4.5 miles out. Well, there's a sign of civilization. Be real careful going down that incline. Ooh, and I think be really careful going down this. Well, I guess first thing we're going to do is go down that way and see if we actually do have to cross the bridge. But if we do, I am not going to record. I'm just going to get on the road, get off the road, get back into the trail. Okay, so we don't have to get on the road and cross the bridge. That is a spillway from the Swanton Reservoir. Crossing this bridge, I think I can say with some assurance that I am not that far away from where I wish to exit the trail for the day. So, appreciate you coming along. My name is Jack. Love scouting the outdoors. And you've been on the Yellow Trail. Thanks for watching. Well, guess what? I'll bet just about the time you were thinking I get to go home, kick my shoes off, take a warm bath, and relax. Well, we completed the Boy Scout path, the 15.5 miles. And of course, the Yellow Trail is connected with that. The two are pretty much synonymous with one another. However, the Yellow Trail is not 15.5 miles, but is actually 17 miles. And we are on that last 1.5 miles. You have to come into the parking lot at Mallard Lake and jump on the Yellow Trail, and that will go around Horseshoe Lake. We are actually on that trail right now. We picked it up on the back side of the parking lot. So we will have to cross the road and pick up the Yellow Trail, which for a brief moment connects with the Silver Trail. Now, as you can see, we have had some snow overnight. And quite honestly, it does add a refreshing change to the landscape. Well, this will be interesting. Squirrel tracks. Well, according to the snow, I'm the first one on this path. We are now standing alongside what looks like a little bit of a creek, river, but this is actually Horseshoe Lake, so appropriately named. It seems as though we've been rerouted at one point in time. Well, walking through here, I mean, it's been a while since I've been around this way, but there are a lot of fallen trees. So it's probably closed due to all the damage, and it makes sense to keep people out, keep them from getting hurt. This right here is going to complete our loop. Okay, so we're missing out on a really swell portion of this path back here. It comes to an end already. So I guess we're going to close out right here, folks. Yeah, I appreciate you coming along throughout this entire trip. I enjoyed it. I hope you did. I appreciate your support. And I thank you for watching. This is Jack. I scout the outdoors. You have been on the entire Yellow Trail. Right now, I'm Dunrovin.